Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the video. Back with another Toy Shops of Tokyo. It's been a while. This is Yamada Denki in Ikebukuro, also known as LABI. This is the 6th floor, and this is quite a floor for toys, for figures, for puzzles. As you can see in front of you, there's a lot of Ghibli puzzles right there. I'm going to take a walk around. They've updated the floor plan. They've added quite a bit of things since the last time I was here. On the left are DVDs and Blu-rays. Over here on the right in front of you, there are a lot of kind of almost like board games, but just activity games for kids. You can see the Ghibli collection there, the Japanese Blu-rays and the DVDs. I have the sound off. There's a lot of music going on in the store. I don't want a copyright strike. There's the Star Wars collection, the Star Wars Skywalker Saga collection. So moving forward, we have some gachapon. These are great. My kids are obsessed with these, and if you are a 1/12 or 1/6 collector, they have a lot of little things that are really great for your collections for display. So if you ever make your way to Tokyo, if you ever make your way to Japan, check these out. Nothing really caught my eye here, but also in Ikebukuro at Sunshine City is, I would say, the largest collection of gachapon probably in the world. I've been there a few times. It's really great. So there's always something there. Here's some Mario stuff, some Mario Kart, some races. So taking a walk down the aisle, there's a lot of like animal things here, kids who are into animals and whatnot. I'm moving quite fast during this video because there's no filming in the shop. There's no filming in the store. I don't know when this became a policy, but they have signs in different places telling you not to film, not to record, not to take photos. So I didn't really want to kind of hang around and, stay in one place, be stationary and draw attention to myself. So I try to move. This is one of the examples of me slowing down here, but I try to keep it moving. And if you're interested in particular things, please just, maybe pause the video or put it in a slower playback speed and take a look. But like I said, I mean, they don't really allow filming in the shop. Some stores are like that here. I don't get it. I mean, it's free publicity. It's free promotion online. But they don't like it, and they'll come and they'll tell you to stop or they'll ask you to leave. So I didn't really want that to happen. So I did this. But anyway, back to the video. If you could subscribe to the channel, like the video, I'd appreciate it. This is their small Star Wars selection here. Not really much to talk about. They have quite a bit of Lightyear stuff and Toy Story stuff here. Various Nerf things. So you can see, I mean, those of you in the States, I can't speak to anywhere else, but I was back in the States in March, and I went to Target. Get some Shinkalion stuff. Some Pokemon. Anyway, I was back in the States in March. I was at Target, and the shelving is just so messy. I guess that's the best word. It's just so discombobulated. There's dinosaur here. It's a really nice little area right here next to the bikes. Yeah, I mean, you go into the store, there's stuff everywhere. There's no organization. This is Target. This is American shops I'm speaking about. And, you're looking for stuff, and it seems like there's no organizational effort at all. And it seems like the people who work in the department don't take any pride in it. They're not trying to make it, visually nice when people come in and they're looking at stuff. The shelves are half empty most of the time. You walk in a Japanese toy store and they're packed, they're full. I mean, there's an exception to the rule every now and then here and there, but it's it's a different world. It's a different market. It's a different culture. And, you know, I'm not going to hide the fact that I prefer this one to the American one as of today. So here is some Gundam Tomika collaboration, the cars that we just looked at. Some Kimetsu stuff. My kids are watching the new season now. They're loving it. It's so violent. My kids are pretty young. But it's a good story, and, you know, they're enjoying it. So here's a bunch of Ultraman stuff. You can see how much stuff they have there, and then we get down to the end. There's more Godzilla stuff. Not all that stuff is Godzilla. There's some Ultraman mixed in with it, but yeah, I mean, look at that selection. It's pretty great. I mean, especially if you're in a Godzilla, being able to just walk in here and touch the stuff and grab whatever you need. Recently, Bandai has been putting out more and more Godzilla, some of the vinyl pieces for you know, for kids, for collectors. They're putting them out at a pretty good pace. So you know, if you're in a Godzilla, make sure you keep an eye out. There's some more stuff. There's a new Mothra due out, I think, next week. So you know, keep an eye out. Here is the play rail stuff. On the left, you have like tracks and whatnot, and then over here on the right, you have a mixture of Thomas and other trains. So, you know, here in Japan, trains are beloved by kids and adults, and you have a mixture of bullet trains called Shinkansen and local trains and maybe some specialty trains as well. And these are some play sets for kids. You can see the yellow is Dr. Yellow. It's kind of a track maintenance train, and then the green one is the Hayabusa. Those are pretty popular amongst kids. But my kids love play rail. They love the trains. You know, it's great for them. It's really nice. Here's some Tomika cars. The lady looking them over. And you look here, you have a pretty good selection, 385 yen each. I don't know what that is, maybe $3 at this point. And moving down, this is more girls stuff. Not much demand for girls stuff. The demographics of my channel don't really reflect people who are into this sort of thing, so I'm just going to walk right through. And, you know, you can kind of get an idea of what's there. I'm not going to go down every aisle here now. Just kind of glance down it. The pink, obviously, is a telltale sign of what's in the aisle. Now, right here, these are bath balls. You put them in a bath, and it dissolves into a color. But in the middle of the ball is a little toy that the kids love. It's like a mystery toy in the middle of their little bath ball. So a lot of kids love that. There's Ampamon stuff. You have Ampamon high above the aisle, which is pretty cool. So most of the stuff here is just Ampamon. Ampamon is incredibly popular here. And here's Paw Patrol. Also pretty popular here. And then you have some of the Transformers from the new movie and some Hot Wheels, and I don't know if there's a Matchbox there. Fast and Furious stuff. Now, moving ahead, we have some of the Tamashii Nations stuff, which is pretty cool. They have their own little area here in the Yamada Denki. Now, this stuff is the new stuff, and not prototypes, but just stuff that's going to be releasing very soon. You can see the Solar Chogokin Mechagodzilla right there. I've yet to pick it up. Just have, you know, I've been so busy, and I have other things to spend my money on. But I'll get it. It's coming. So now, something about the store that I've kind of noticed in this trip is that a lot of stuff, not really here, but some of the stuff here, a lot of stuff is behind glass recently, and I'm not really sure why. They never really did that before. I don't know if they've had an issue, if it's a new just a new policy. This is new. This is, you know, you can sit down and play games, and they have the virtual reality machines there as well. Here's the Kaneda cycle. I got that from Bandai. It's a great piece. So this aisle here, this first one is where they display most of the, you know, most of the top lines from Tamashii Nations. Again, I'm moving kind of fast because I had some staff kind of looking at me in this area, so I didn't want to really linger, like I said. But you just get an idea of what's there. Now here, this is an example, like the glass. This is the new stuff. There's the Spider-Verse stuff. And it's behind glass. I don't get it. I don't know why they're doing that. Nobody wants the Eternal stuff. There it is up top. Nobody's touching that. But yeah, you can see. And those Praetorian gods, they're just hanging around. Nobody seems to want them. They've been there for years. So on the other side, you have a mix of some of the Figuarts mini stuff here. Some of the Sailor Moon. They were really pushing Sailor Moon this year. It's the anniversary. So this side is mostly Japanese properties, Japanese IP. The other side was mostly, you know, non-Japanese IP. A lot of Dragon Ball stuff. There really is nothing like walking down these aisles. There's some Doraemon and Pac-Man. There's nothing like walking down these aisles and checking stuff out. Especially if you haven't been down there in a while. You know, what have I been missing, right? What do I want to see? These are great. Solo Chogokin stuff. These are more of the higher end price things in this aisle. Not that they don't charge more than Hasbro, but there's that fourth form Godzilla. It's pretty crazy. You know, I mean, there's different types of collectors, right? So some people are into other things than others. Some nice stuff in here, some masterpiece stuff. Some Transformers, some nice stuff. There's that Bandai, you know, Tekkon, Avengers stuff. Mafex, people try to correct me. There's Sentinel, Spider-Man, Sentinel Miles. So moving out in front of you, you can see some of the Gundam. Gundam area here is really big. It used to be bigger. It's downsized a bit, but it's still pretty big. Again, if you see something you like, please just, like I said, I'm trying to avoid hanging out in one area too long, so they don't tell me to stop filming. So if you see something you like, please, you know, rewind it, slow it down, pause it, if you want to get a better look. I'm just trying to get as much in as I can so as not to have them stop me and tell me to stop filming. Some great stuff. Now, right in front of you, that's pretty cool Figma piece with the horse. That King Tut piece, I have been wanting that for a long time, and I'm probably going to grab it now that I see that they have it there. That's part of their museum collection. You can see them right there. I've been wanting it for a long time, and I've just put it off. I procrastinated, and now it's in front of me. I got to get it. I really want it. I want to make it part of my my GI Joe display. So I'm gonna have to grab that maybe this week or next week. Some great little pieces here. So now this is Lego. They moved Lego over in this area. It used to be over by the main area where we started, but there's some, you know, some things here on the right, like home planetarium kind of stuff, and some card collecting stuff as well. But they moved Lego over here, along with some of these machines, these play machines. Star Wars on the right. The city stuff, I think, is on the left. I don't collect Lego. I don't buy Lego. So I can't really tell you too much about what's here. But one thing they have done is they've made the aisle floors nice, as you could see with the Lego there, and with other areas. They've made them really nice and compatible and themed for what's there, which is good. So you can kind of just glance in and get a feel for what's there. So this is some of the Gundam stuff. This is the kits, as opposed to the other aisle, which is more of the already put together plastic pieces. I don't know much about Gundam. I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to Gundam. I never watched it, I'm gonna be honest. So I couldn't tell you what's here. I really don't know. There's only so much you can follow. There's only so much you can collect. But I know that it's popular. So trying to give people an idea of what's here, what's in the store. But this Yamada Denki here in Ikebukuro, in terms of northern Tokyo, this is probably the best place to get Gundam if you're going to be around this area. I would say between Ueno and Shinjuku, maybe this is the best place to go here in Ikebukuro. Of course, this is all retail stuff, so I mean, if you're looking for something that's, a few years old, this might not be the best place, but if you're looking for something that's been on the shelf or hit shelves within a year, this might be a good spot to hit up. It's nice they have these displays. They used to have displays for the Star Wars stuff by Figuarts. They had a nice Millennium Falcon piece for a long time in Toys R Us in Ikebukuro. And then it disappeared when they sort of gave up on the line, which is criminal in my opinion. But I don't know what happened to it. I'd love to have one of those. It was really nice. It fit right into a corner. It was perfectly made for a corner. It was fantastic. Some more of the Gunpla. So again, like, these model kits, I really couldn't tell you what it is. I'm sorry. But, I'm trying to show you, trying to let you know what they have, what's here. Speaking of which, if you could subscribe to the channel, like the video, it helps a lot. Helps the video, helps the algorithm. It's super helpful, and I appreciate it. Really do. My only fear with collecting and putting together these models is I've had some of these models in my hand, and man, they are delicate. You just kind of, touch it the wrong way, and they're falling apart, they're breaking, the glue is coming undone. It's like, oh, what a nightmare. I don't know how people display this stuff. I really don't. Especially with earthquakes here. Come on, like my hot toys are always falling over. Can't imagine these ones falling over, disintegrating in front of me, you know? So now this aisle is more models. It starts off with some Gundam, and it gets into other things. There's a shock in here, like a great white, which catches my eye right up here. But there's other things. There's military stuff and Nemo, finding Nemo, and there's Doraemon. Just a whole bunch of stuff. Here's that shock. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool being kind of stupid silly. But yeah, I mean, there's so much here. There's so much to see. There's so much to keep you occupied if you ever make your way here. This is the supply aisle. You have paints there and thinners and whatnot on the left, and on the right more tools, and then further down you get into sort of like accessories or extra pieces for putting things together. I've always been intimidated by this. I haven't given it a go. I really need to for my dioramas. It's just, I don't have the space in my apartment in Tokyo, and I'm hesitant to do it on the balcony. That's 1.6 Honda right there. So now these are cars, and a little bit further down you're going to get military ships and equipment, tanks and fighter jets and whatnot. So that brings us to the end, and honestly, I appreciate you watching the video. It's been great. Thanks for watching. Take care and be safe.